This is not just about becoming better. It's about becoming unstoppable. It's about building your mindset, leveling up your skills, and creating the version of you that you K&O you were meant to be. Remember, growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens by choice, by action, and by believing in yourself even when nobody else does. So if you're ready to rise, to push your limits, and to develop you, then let's jump right in. Let's go. Before you can start any real growth, you need to first understand exactly where you are right now. Self-awareness is not about criticizing yourself or feeling bad about your flaws. It's about being honest without judgment. It's about recognizing your strengths so you can use them to your advantage, and acknowledging your weaknesses so you can work on them without fear. When you truly know yourself, what drives you, what distracts you, what lifts you up and what holds you back, you gain power. Power to make better decisions. Power to take control of your life. Growth starts the moment you stop lying to yourself and start facing the truth. Because only when you know where you are, can you chart the path to where you want to be. Real development starts with real honesty. Setting clear, powerful goals is not just an optional part of personal growth. It is the very engine that drives your transformation. Without clear goals, your energy is scattered, your actions are random, and your growth is left to chance. But when you set specific, powerful goals, you give yourself a map to follow, a direction to move towards, and a standard to hold yourself to. Imagine setting out on a journey without any idea where you're going. You could walk for hours, days, even years, and still end up nowhere. That's exactly what living without goals feels like. Exhausting, frustrating, and ultimately empty. But when you define exactly what you want, when you put your vision into clear words, you give yourself a target that pulls you forward, even when the road gets tough. Powerful goals are more than just wishes. They are commitments. They are promises you make to yourself about the kind of life you are determined to create. And when you make a real commitment, you unleash an incredible force inside you. A force that can break through obstacles, overcome setbacks, and carry you through every challenge you face. But it's not enough to just say, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. Those are vague hopes, not goals. A real goal is specific, measurable, and time-bound. A real goal gives you something to aim at, something you can track and work towards day after day. Think about the difference between saying, I want to be healthy, and saying, I will lose 10 kilograms in the next 6 months by exercising 5 times a week and eating clean meals. The first is a wish. The second is a roadmap. One leaves you hoping for change. The other demands action and offers clarity. Powerful goals are built on details. They answer the questions, what exactly do I want? By when? How will I measure my progress? And what actions will I take to make it happen? The clarity of your goals determines the clarity of your actions. When you know exactly what you're aiming for, every choice you make, every habit you build, every sacrifice you endure, every step you take falls into place. You don't waste time on distractions because you know what matters most. You don't lose yourself in temporary pleasure because you are focused on permanent growth. Clarity brings purpose, and purpose fuels persistence. Sometimes people fear setting big goals because they worry, what if I fail? But the truth is, setting small, safe goals is the real failure. When you aim low, you stay small. You deny yourself the chance to stretch, to struggle, and to rise. Big goals force you to find strength you didn't know you had. They push you to keep going when you want to quit. They demand the best from you. And in doing so, they bring out the best in you. Another powerful strategy is to break your big goals into smaller, actionable steps. A huge goal can feel overwhelming if you only focus on the end result. But when you break it down into daily, weekly, and monthly steps, it becomes manageable. It becomes a series of small victories leading up to a massive win. Each small step you complete builds your confidence. Each small victory reminds you that you are moving forward, that you are making progress, that you are capable of achieving greatness. Consistency is key. Setting a goal is the starting line, not the finish line. You must show up for your goals every day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. The real magic of goals happens in the grind, in those early mornings, those late nights, those moments when nobody is watching, but you keep pushing anyway. That's where champions are made. That's where greatness is forged. Accountability helps too. Share your goals with someone you trust. Someone who will support you, but also challenge you. Someone who will remind you of why you started when you feel like giving up. Accountability creates pressure, and pressure, when embraced, creates diamonds. Don't hide your goals in the dark. Bring them into the light. Let them inspire you and those around you. Remember, setting powerful goals is a gift you give yourself. It's a declaration that your life matters, that your dreams matter, and that you refuse to settle for anything less than your full potential. It's a refusal to drift through life like a ship without a compass. It's a decision to live with intention, with focus, with passion. When you set powerful goals, you align your daily actions with your deepest values. You become a creator of your future, not a prisoner of your past. You are not here to live a small life. You are not here to stay stuck in old patterns, old limits, or old fears. You are here to grow, to evolve, to expand. You are here to set goals that scare you a little and excite you a lot. Goals that make you sit up straighter, breathe deeper, and dream wider. Goals that light a fire inside you that no setback can extinguish. So today, right now, take a moment to ask yourself, what do I truly want? Not what others expect from me. Not what feels safe. What do I, in the deepest part of my heart, truly desire? Write it down. Get specific. Make it real. And then ask yourself, who do I need to become to achieve this? What habits must I build? What excuses must I destroy? What actions must I take every single day? The road will not always be easy. There will be days of doubt, days of fear, days of exhaustion. But when you have a clear, powerful goal in your heart, you have a reason to keep going. You have a reason to rise again, to fight again, to believe again. You have a reason to become more than you ever thought possible. Your dreams are waiting. Your potential is waiting. Your future self is waiting, cheering for you, believing in you, urging you forward. Don't let them down. Set your goals. Commit to them. Chase them with everything you have. And in the process, become the person you were always meant to be. Discipline is the ability to keep going when the feeling of motivation disappears. Discipline is doing what you said you would do long after the mood you said it in has passed. Discipline is the muscle you build when you keep moving forward, even when every part of you wants to stop. Discipline is not flashy. It's not exciting. It doesn't always feel good in the moment. But it is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only talk about them. Motivation may inspire you to start, but discipline is what ensures you finish. The truth is, discipline is the ultimate form of self-respect. When you are disciplined, you are honoring the promises you made to yourself. You are proving every single day that your word matters. You are proving that your goals, your dreams, your future are important enough to fight for, even on the hard days, especially on the hard days. Discipline transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers because it forces you to become consistent, and consistency compounds into mastery. It compounds into greatness. It compounds into a life that you are proud of. There will be days when you don't feel like getting up early to work out. There will be days when you don't feel like studying, practicing, training, building. There will be days when you question whether any of it is even worth it. Those are the days that define you. Those are the moments when discipline whispers, get up, keep going. Remember why you started. Motivation may have brought you to the starting line, but discipline is what carries you across the finish line. Discipline is not about being harsh with yourself. It's not about living a miserable life of endless sacrifice. True discipline is an act of love. Love for your future self. Love for your potential. Love for the person you are becoming. It's choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term comfort. It's choosing purpose over pleasure. It's choosing growth over stagnation. And every time you make that choice, you strengthen your willpower, your resilience, your inner fire. Think about every great achievement in history, every masterpiece, every invention, every breakthrough. None of them happened by accident. They were the result of relentless discipline. Artists who painted for hours when they felt uninspired. Scientists who ran experiments again and again after countless failures. Athletes who trained every day, rain or shine, whether they felt like it or not. The common thread among all high achievers is not endless motivation. It is ruthless, unbreakable discipline. There will be moments when your mind tries to negotiate with you. Moments when it whispers excuses. You're tired. Take a break. You deserve it. Discipline is recognizing those excuses for what they are. Traps designed to keep you stuck and pushing past them. Discipline is answering those excuses with action. Not tomorrow, not later. Now, you must also understand that discipline is built one decision at a time. It's not something you turn on or off overnight. It's something you craft brick by brick, choice by choice. And every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen your foundation. You build trust with yourself. You prove that you can rely on yourself when things get tough. And that self-trust becomes unshakable confidence. You must fall in love with showing up, not just the results, not just the victories, but the act of showing up, doing the work, honoring your commitment. There is beauty in the grind. There is strength built in the repetition. There is greatness forged in the simple act of showing up day after day, when it would be easier to quit. Your future self is counting on your discipline today. Every small decision you make is shaping the person you will become. Every moment you choose discipline over distraction, effort over ease, growth over comfort, you are building a life that you can be proud of. You are carving out a future that is rich with meaning, purpose, and achievement. You are capable of extraordinary things. You have greatness inside you. But it will not come too easily. It will not be handed to you. It must be earned through discipline, through relentless, consistent, courageous action, day after day, week after week, year after year. There are no shortcuts. There are no hacks. Only the timeless, powerful, unbreakable force of discipline. The journey will be hard. The road will be long, but the reward is worth it. The person you will become through the power of discipline is worth it. And one day, when you look back at the path you carved with your own two hands, you will realize that the struggle, the sacrifice, the discipline, it was never a burden, it was a blessing. Most people are terrified of failing. They avoid risks. They stay comfortable. They aim small because the idea of falling short feels unbearable. But living in fear of failure is far worse than failure itself. Because when you fear failure, you never truly try. You play small. You settle. And settling, living a life that is less than what you are capable of, is the ultimate failure. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who fail more often than anyone else and refuse to let it break them. They use every setback, every mistake, every defeat as fuel for their next move. Failure is a mirror. It shows you your gaps, your weaknesses, your blind spots. It reveals the areas that need more work, more focus, more commitment. It teaches you lessons that success can never teach. Success feels good, but it can make you complacent. Failure stings, but it forces you to reflect, to analyze, to adapt. Every time you fail, you gain wisdom. You learn strategies, mindsets, habits that you would never have discovered if everything had gone smoothly. The greater your willingness to fail, the greater your capacity to grow. You must train yourself to fail forward, to fall and immediately learn, adjust, and rise stronger. Don't just fail and forget. Fail and reflect. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do better next time? What lesson is hidden inside this moment? This process of reflection turns every failure into a tool, a weapon, an advantage. When you become a student of your own failures, you accelerate your growth at a speed that ordinary people cannot even comprehend. Failure also strips away the ego. It humbles you. It reminds you that no matter how talented, smart, or prepared you are still human. You are still learning. And that humility is a gift because it keeps you hungry. It keeps you curious. It keeps you striving. Ego blinds you to your weaknesses. Humility sharpens you. Failure delivers humility. And with humility, you unlock a new level of power. You must reprogram your mind. You must unlearn the lie that failure is fatal. Failure is not your enemy. Fear of failure is. When you embrace failure, when you invite it in and make it your teacher, you become fearless. You become resilient. You become unstoppable. You realize that no amount of failure can break you because you always rise stronger. Every time you fail and rise again, you build a kind of mental toughness that no one can take from you. You build grit. You build inner strength. And over time, you become the kind of person who can handle anything. Success becomes inevitable because you refuse to stay down. Understand this, the path to mastery is paved with failure. If you are failing, it means you are moving. It means you are growing. It means you are alive. The only way to avoid failure is to avoid growth. And that is not the path for you. You are here to stretch, to strive, to soar. You are here to push the boundaries of what is possible. You are here to fail forward into your best self. It's also important to redefine what failure means to you. Failure is not losing a game, missing a goal, or being rejected. Failure is refusing to try. Failure is giving up when things get hard. Failure is betraying your own potential. As long as you keep moving forward, as long as you keep learning, as long as you keep believing, you have not failed. You are succeeding at the highest level because you are growing. The more you embrace failure, the less it controls you. The fear shrinks. The shame dissolves. You start taking bigger risks. You start dreaming bigger dreams. You start living boldly, fully, unapologetically. You stop hiding. You stop hesitating. You stop waiting for everything to be perfect before you take action. Because you know that perfection is an illusion, and action is the only path to growth. Every failure you experience adds another tool to your arsenal. Every setback sharpens your strategy. Every disappointment deepens your drive. Over time, you become a force of nature. Someone who is not intimidated by challenges. Someone who is not defeated by setbacks. Someone who understands that the bigger the failure, the bigger the opportunity for growth. So when failure comes, and it will, learn from it. Grow from it. Do not shrink back. Do not lose heart. Remember that every great success story you admire is a story of perseverance through failure. Remember that every champion was once a beginner who fell down more times than they can count. Remember that every master was once a disaster. And so what if you fall? So what if you stumble? So what if you have to try 100 times? What matters is that you rise again. What matters is that you keep going. What matters is that you refuse to let failure have the final word. There is no shame in failing. The shame is in not rising again. The shame is in giving up on yourself. And that you will never do. Because you are not here to live a small life. You are here to grow, to rise, to thrive. You are here to fall down 7 times and get up 8. You are here to turn your failures into your foundation, your mistakes into your momentum, your defeats into your destiny. So go ahead. Dream big. Take risks. Push your limits. Embrace the possibility of failure, not as something to fear, but as something to welcome. Every failure brings you closer to your breakthrough. Every misstep brings you closer to mastery. Every closed door leads you to a better one. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the pathway to success. It is the price of greatness. It is the forge that shapes champions. Embrace it. Use it. Become better because of it. Beautiful, powerful, relentless failure is the fire that will forge you into the masterpiece you were always destined to become. Success does not come from one big moment. It does not come from a single burst of energy or one incredible day. Success is born from consistency, from the small, repeated actions you take every single day, even when no one is watching, even when no one is clapping, even when it feels like progress is invisible. Consistency is the real secret, the hidden ingredient that turns average people into extraordinary achievers. It is not about doing something once and expecting miracles. It is about showing up day after day, relentlessly, patiently and persistently, trusting that your efforts are building something powerful, even when you cannot yet see it. The greatest transformations in life happen not with dramatic, sweeping changes, but with small, disciplined habits repeated over time. It's the person who goes to the gym every morning, even on the days they don't feel like it, who builds strength. It's the writer who puts words on the page every single day, even when the inspiration is missing, who finishes the novel. It's the entrepreneur who works on their business every evening, even after a long, exhausting day, who builds an empire. Success belongs to those who understand the power of consistency, because consistency compounds. Each small action may seem insignificant on its own. One workout does not change your body. One healthy meal does not revolutionize your health. One productive day does not create financial freedom. But when those small actions are repeated consistently, they stack, they multiply, they create momentum, they shift your trajectory, slowly at first, and then dramatically. The results are not linear, they are exponential. Just like interest compounds in a savings account, your consistent efforts compound over time, creating a force so powerful that it can transform your entire life. The problem is, most people quit too soon. They plant seeds, but when they don't see instant results, they stop watering them. They go to the gym for a week, don't see abs, and give up. They start a new project, don't get immediate success, and walk away. They expect immediate gratification in a world where the most valuable rewards require patience and persistence. True greatness belongs who stay consistent long enough to see the harvest. To those who trust the process, even when the results are invisible. To those who understand that consistency is a marathon, not a sprint. Consistency is not about perfection. It is not about never missing a day or never making a mistake. It is about commitment. It is about showing up again and again, picking yourself up after every fall, refusing to let a bad day turn into a bad week. It's about resilience. It's about understanding that progress is not destroyed by one mistake. but by the decision to give up altogether. If you are consistent, even imperfectly, you will succeed. Because consistency over time beats talent, beats luck, beats inspiration. Consistency builds character. It forges discipline. Every time you show up when it would be easier to quit, you strengthen your mind. You build resilience. You teach yourself that you can be trusted to follow through. That inner trust is priceless. It gives you confidence that you can handle bigger challenges, tackle bigger goals, face bigger fears. It transforms your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries. You start seeing yourself as someone who finishes. There is something magical about momentum. When you are consistent, even in small ways, you build momentum. Momentum is invisible at first, like a snowball starting to roll down a hill. It's tiny, easy to overlook. But every action adds more snow, more weight, more speed. Eventually, that tiny snowball becomes an unstoppable avalanche. Your actions, compounded over time, build a force that no obstacle can withstand. That's the power you tap into when you choose consistency. You must become obsessed with the process, not just the prize. You must fall in love with the journey, not just the destination. You must find pride and joy in the daily effort, the daily discipline, the daily grind. Because if you love the process, you will never lose. If you love the process, you will outlast everyone who is only chasing quick results. If you love the process, success becomes inevitable. Consistency is a superpower. It turns dreams into plans, plans into actions, actions into results. It is the bridge between intention and achievement. It is the difference between those who wish and those who win. And it is available to anyone willing to show up day after day with patience, persistence, and passion. You have the power inside you. You have the strength to stay consistent. You have the ability to transform your life one choice at a time, one day at a time. Never underestimate the power of small efforts repeated consistently. Never underestimate the force of daily commitment. Never underestimate your own ability to rise, to grow, to achieve. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can, and do it every single day. One step at a time. One day at a time. One brick at a time. That is how you build the life you were meant to live. Stay consistent. Stay committed. Stay relentless. Because consistency compounds. And the future you dream of, the future you deserve, is waiting for you to claim it. You see, greatness isn't some secret reserve for a chosen few. It's built every single day by ordinary people who made an extraordinary decision. The decision to develop themselves. To believe when others doubted. To act when fear whispered to stop. To rise when failure knocked them down. To stay consistent when no one else was watching. You have that same power within you. Right now, your future is not waiting for someone else to hand it to you. It's waiting for you to build it. Brick by brick. Habit by habit, decision by decision. The journey won't always be easy. There will be days when you doubt yourself. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when giving up feels like the easier option. But I promise you, every challenge you overcome, every step you take forward, even the smallest one, is shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. Don't just wish for a better life. Create one. Don't just talk about your dreams. Chase them. Don't wait for permission. Give it to yourself. Develop your mind. Develop your discipline. Develop your courage. Develop your soul. Because when you choose to develop yourself, nothing is impossible. No dream is too big. No obstacle is too great. You are limitless. Start today. Start now. Start scared. But whatever you do, start and never stop.